Think back to the last time you used a smartphone app to order food, book a ride, or manage your bank account. We use these technologies every single day, completely taking them for granted. But before these companies became household names worth billions, they were just rough sketches on whiteboards, operating out of tiny apartments, led by founders who most people thought were completely crazy. Imagine what happens to a family's financial legacy if they were among the very first few people to write a check to those founders. That is the world of early stage private markets. Hi, I'm Gunal from EPK Capital. At EPK Capital, we build wealth for generations. For decades, the blueprint for affluent families was simple: buy blue chip stocks, invest in commercial real estate, and hold government bonds. While that classic strategy is excellent for preserving wealth, it is no longer enough to build truly transformative, multi generational wealth in today's rapidly evolving world. The greatest value creation has quietly shifted. It is happening long before companies ever list on a public stock exchange. Today, we are going to unpack exactly how elite investors participate in this hidden economy through angel investing and venture capital, and how you can think about it like a seasoned professional. Make sure to stay till the end for a special surprise. And if you happen to like the content of the video, please do like and share. Also, subscribe to our channel for learning everything from the world of investments. To make your future a secured one, to navigate this landscape, we first need to clear up a very common point of confusion: the difference between angel and venture capital. While they both involve buying a piece of a private company, they operate at completely different stages of a business's life cycle. Think of a startup as a tree. Angel investing is when you back the raw seed. You are meeting an entrepreneur who often has nothing more than a brilliant concept, a pitch deck, and immense drive. Angel investors use their own personal money to give that founder their very first lifeline. This is often called the pre seed or seed stage, where the risk is at its absolute highest, but the price to buy a piece of the company is at its lowest. Venture capital, on the other hand, comes into play later, when that seed has successfully grown into a visible sapling. Venture capital firms manage pooled institutional money from large investors. They look for companies that already have a working product, real customer traction, and early revenue. If angel investing is about backing a vision, venture capital is about funding a growth engine. Venture capitalists provide the massive scale of capital required to take a proven concept and expand it globally. Understanding this distinction is vital because it determines exactly where your capital is positioned on the risk and reward spectrum. Why are high net worth families doing this? The answer lies in a concept known as asymmetric upside. In public stock markets, a phenomenal return might mean doubling or tripling your money. But in the private markets, early stage investing offers a completely different mathematical reality. A single investment can potentially return 10, 50, or 100 times capital. If we look at a timeline of corporate growth over the last 20 years, a fascinating trend emerges. Companies are staying private for much longer than they used to. Today, companies scale to massive valuations entirely within the private markets. By the time a company finally launches its public IPO, the hypergrowth has occurred, and the early private backers have already captured the lion's share of the wealth creation. Entering early means buying in before the rest of the world knows. We must be entirely honest about the rules of this game. Early stage investing is not a guaranteed path to quick riches. It is an environment of extreme volatility. The undeniable reality is that roughly 90% of startups fail within their first few years. If you invest in 10 companies, 9 of them going to zero looks like disaster. But private market investing does not operate on a traditional bell curve. It is governed entirely by a mathematical concept called the power law. The power law means returns are skewed. Out of a portfolio of 10 carefully chosen startups, 5 or 6 might fail completely. 2 or 3 might break even. But one single company will become an absolute breakout. That one extraordinary winner doesn't just make up for the losses of the other 9. It can return the capital of your entire portfolio multiple times over. Success is about the massive win. Because the risk is so concentrated, top tier investors do not just guess or rely on luck. They manage risk through two distinct mechanisms: deal flow and due diligence. Deal flow is your access to high quality founders. The most exceptional entrepreneurs do not pitch their ideas publicly. They raise money from trusted, established networks. If you are an individual investor trying to do this alone, you often only get to see the deals that everyone else has already passed on. Securing deal flow is a steep hurdle. Once an opportunity is found, the process of due diligence begins. This is where we separate a rehearsed presentation from a genuinely viable business. We look deeply under the hood. We examine the size of the total addressable market to ensure the company has room to grow into a giant. We scrutinize the unit economics to make sure the business can be profitable. Most importantly, we evaluate the founding team's execution capability and resilience. Conducting this level of deep research requires immense time, expertise, and global networks. We are living through one of the most remarkable macroeconomic periods for private market investing, particularly when we look at the convergence of India and global innovation. India has firmly established itself as one of the top startup ecosystems in the entire world. This isn't just about consumer apps anymore. Driven by world-class digital infrastructure, Indian founders are building deep tech solutions, advanced robotics, and clean energy alternatives that are solving global issues. At the same time, we see a global shift in tech, led by advancements in artificial intelligence and automation. When you combine India's immense engineering talent with global technological tailwinds, potential is unprecedented. For a long-term investor, building a portfolio that captures both this domestic Indian expansion and global tech disruption provides an incredible dual advantage. Knowing all of this, how should an investor practically approach this space? The golden rule is that early-stage private equity should never be treated like a speculative gamble. Instead, it must be approached with strict discipline as a calculated asset allocation strategy. For high net worth portfolios, allocating a controlled percentage, typically 5 to 10%, into alternative private markets can significantly optimize overall long-term returns without exposing the core estate to unnecessary danger. You must also understand liquidity. When you invest in a startup, your capital is effectively locked away. You cannot sell your shares at the click of a button like a public stock. This capital is typically committed for years. While the companies mature toward an acquisition or an IPO, this requires an intentional mindset shift. You are transitioning from being a market trader to a long-term builder. It is this exact patience and long-time horizon that protects your capital from short-term market panic and allows true generational wealth to compound undisturbed. To wrap up our masterclass today, angel investing and venture capital are not just about chasing high growth trends or seeking quick returns. They are about gaining strategic access to the very ideas, technologies, and leaders that will shape our collective future. It is about moving your capital away from legacy industries and into foundations of tomorrow's economy. As an action item today, take a close look at your existing investment portfolio. Ask yourself, is your wealth positioned to actively capture the exponential growth of the next big thing? Or is it completely tied up in mature, slow-growing public assets? True wealth transformation requires looking over the horizon. Think about the legacy you want to construct for generations. If you are ready to explore how institutional-grade private market access can fit into your legacy, we invite you to start that conversation with us. Visit us at EPK Capital. Now, as a bonus surprise gift, I have created an in-depth guide to the 7 costly tax traps for high net worth NRIs. You can download it by clicking the link in the description. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in our next session.